and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking through my beauty and skincare favourites from 2020. I know we're quite far into January now, but I thought this would still be a relevant video because they're still products that I am still using in 2021, and they're just products that I really liked throughout 2020. Some I discovered in 2020, but some I've loved for years, and I just thought I'd go through them. I've only got a couple of skincare bits and the rest is beauty. And I don't have something in every category. I kind of just pick my top favourites rather than just picking something to have one in there. Yeah. So the first product I'm going to talk about is my cleanser that I use, and it's the Oskia Renaissance Cleansing Gel. So I use this as the second cleanse. I will go in with a cotton pad and some micellar water just to take off the bulk of my makeup, and then I go in with this just to cleanse out my pores. It comes out as a gel, but as you rub it into your skin, it turns more into an oil, and it really gets into the skin and cleans out the pores really nicely. And then I'll just wash it off with a hot cloth, so either a muslin cloth or a face cloth or something like that. I really like it. It's really good at cleaning out your skin, but without leaving it feeling stripped. It still feels hydrated because of that gel/oil consistency. You leave your skin feeling oily after you've cleansed it. It just feels clean, but still hydrated. I really like it. It is quite expensive, but for me personally, I like to buy products that I know will work for my skin, whether they be a little bit more expensive or whether that's drugstore skincare. But yeah, I really like this. I would definitely recommend it. And yeah, it's also got a really nice smell to it. It's almost like an orangey vitamin C smell, which I really like. Because it just smells fresh and very spa-esque, if that makes sense. The next product I'm going to talk about is my toner of choice, and this is the Ole Henriksen Glow 2.0 Dark Spot Toner. As you can see, I'm almost out, and this is about my third or fourth bottle maybe. I really like this. After I've cleansed my skin, I will take a bit of toner on a cotton pad and take it all over the skin, and it really helps with dark marks and dark spots. I don't get a lot of acne, but when I do, they tend to stick around on my skin a lot, and I get a lot of marks, especially around my chin area, and I feel like this really helps to make those go quicker and tone those down a bit, and just helps renew my skin. It can sting a little bit when you first apply it, but it's not a thing too harsh or abrasive that it feels like it's burning or anything like that. It just has a slight tingle. Yeah, and you can get Ole Henriksen in Boots in the UK. That's where I get this. And I think it's a really good product, and you get, even though it is a bit more pricey, I think it's around the £20 mark. It does last a good while because you don't need a lot on the cotton pad to cover the whole face. Yeah, I really like it, and I think it's really good for helping clear out my skin, helping keep my skin clear and help get rid of dark marks, like I said. Now, moving on to moisturiser, my moisturiser of choice and my favourite moisturiser, which it has been this for a while. This is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I really like Kiehl's products. I find they're very good, and this kind of just does what it says on the tin, if you know what I mean. It's nothing too fancy. It is just a moisturiser. I do have more oily combination skin. I do get dehydrated in some areas of my face, but I am more on the oily side, and I find this is really good at moisturising my skin, but not disturbing my oils at all, and it's really nice under makeup, and yeah, it's a really nice cream. Again, it's quite expensive. I think this is the bigger tub, which I got for Christmas in 2019, I think. So it's lasted me a good while, and I've still got a bit left. I don't know if you can see that. But no, I really like it. They do have one with SPF in, which I have tried, but didn't sit well under my eyes. It kind of hurt the skin under my eyes because I have very sensitive under eyes. So I do just use the normal one and then use a separate SPF. I really like it, and it's just a really good moisturiser, whether you're just wearing it on its own or whether you're wearing it under makeup. It works really well under makeup as well. So yeah, definitely would recommend this, and everything I've tried from Kiehl's I really liked, apart from the SPF version of this, but yeah, I definitely recommend Kiehl's. Okay, and then moving on to makeup. This is kind of a makeup skincare hybrid, and this is kind of what I've been wearing instead of foundation. So in 2020, obviously with everything that was going on in the world, I wasn't going out of the house a lot, and so I didn't necessarily always want a foundation on my face. So this was like the perfect in between of making my skin look even, but also not being too heavy coverage because I didn't really feel like I needed heavy coverage. And this is it's the Arborian CC Red Correct Cream. This is the smaller bottle. They do a bigger bottle, which I think is about 35 millilitres maybe. So basically what this is, it's a CC cream, but this one is specifically for redness. Now my main issue with my skin is redness. I definitely have a red and pinky undertone. My skin can get very red, so this is perfect for just evening out the skin. When you squeeze out the tube, it does come out green, but as you blend it in, it does adapt to the pigmentation of your skin and blends in really nicely. It's a really nice layer, and it just gives me a really nice even base, and helps cancel out my redness. You could, if you are more of a high coverage person and you did want a foundation, you could use this under foundation as kind of like a base just to even it out a bit before you add on foundation, so you didn't have to add on necessarily as much foundation as normal. But I really like it. They do have other CC creams for different things, and I think they just have a standard like CC cream, but this is definitely the one that I would go for because of obviously my redness. And yeah, I just really like it. I like it, and then I just will go in with concealer on the areas where I want more coverage, and it just really is good. It does also have SPF 25 in it, which is really good. I still do use SPF under it anyway, but in case you forgot or you're in a rush and you kind of just want to be out the door, this is really nice. And some days I don't wear makeup I haven't been wearing makeup every day in 2020, but when I've just wanted to, I don't know, make myself look a bit nicer, if I'm just going for a walk or nip into the shop, or on those days in between when we could go like shopping or for a meal or something, I do really like just like this, and it's just a really nice product. It doesn't irritate my skin in any way. It doesn't have any sort of scent. My skin doesn't always really react well to scents, and I really, really like it. If you are looking for a cheaper alternative, I know L'Oreal do one, which is similar to this, but it is a bit thinner and it does have a scent to it, so I definitely prefer this one. But if you wanted something cheaper, definitely give the L'Oreal one a go. So the concealer that I really was liking throughout 2020 is the L'Oreal True Match Concealer. Just looks like this. I use the shade 1N, which is ivory, which is perfect for me because I am quite pale. I do tend to be like the paler shades. I really, really like this concealer. It's quite light on the skin, which I quite like. It doesn't feel like a heavy concealer, if you know what I mean. It's not like really thick, it's quite creamy. It just comes on a doe foot applicator like that. And you can just like put it on like that, and as you can see, it's quite a thin formula, which I really like, but it is also really buildable, and you can definitely build this up on the skin to cover any blemishes or under eye circles or anything like that you might want to cover. And I just really like it. It's because it's L'Oreal and it's drugstore, it's not very expensive at all. I think it's about £9 maybe, but it's just a really good concealer, and it is buildable. I know a lot of people rave about the foundation. I've never actually tried the foundation, which is a bit strange, and I'm not sure why. I would definitely try that out because I do really like this concealer. But yeah, I just think it's a really good concealer. Okay, moving on to brow products. I've got 3 products that I'm going to mention. The first product is the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit Cosmetics. Now, I'm sure you've heard of this. Benefit is very renowned for their brow products, and people rave about them. And I can see why, because the ones that I have used, I do really, really like. So I use the brow pencil. I am more of a pencil than like a pomade or pen person. I just really like the look that you can get with pencils, and I have like a few sparse areas in my brows, so I feel like I can draw in hair strokes with this and like fake brow hairs basically, which I really like. I use the shade 3.5, which I find is perfect for my brows. I can use 3 or maybe 4, but I do use 3.5. Basically just looks like this, and on one end you have a spoolie, which I really like because so what I'll do is I'll go through and brush my eyebrows up, and then I'll go with the pencil side to fill in my brows, and then I'll go back in with the spoolie just to make sure there's not a massive product build up, and it's nicely distributed across my hairs. The pencil I really like. It's very, very fine, which is really good because it's good at mimicking brow hairs, and also it's retractable, which I really like. So you don't have to like be looking around for a sharpener to sharpen it or whatever. But yeah, I just really like it. It's really fine, which is really good. It's not like thick, and it gives you a good colour payoff. So it's not like too waxy that it's really hard and you have to apply a lot of pressure to get colour off. But it doesn't give so much that it's kind of like too much, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I really like the brow pencil. It is again on the pricier side products, but you can get a smaller version, which is a good tester. And another brow pencil that I do actually quite like is the NYX brow pencil. I think it's called the Micro Brow Pencil, which is a good drugstore alternative to this. So my next product is the NYX Professional Makeup Tinted Brow Mascara, and I use the shade Chocolate. This is basically a tinted brow gel. It comes out kind of looking like a mini mascara. You've got the little brush there that just distributes product onto your brows. So I really like going in with this after I've used the pencil, just to help pick up my hairs and make my brows look a bit more bushy. I do get quite a lot of blonde hairs, especially at the bottom of my eyebrows, so I like to use this just to tint them, just to bring out those hairs and make my brows look a bit more bushy. It comes with this little brush, which is really good. It is a bit long, the brush, so you do have to be a bit more careful with application, but I just really like it. You get a good amount of product, and again, I think this is under £10, so it's a really good price. And sometimes if I'm not really doing any makeup, sometimes I will just go in with this in my brows just to give them a little something, just so they're more there, because like I said, I do have quite a lot of blonde hairs on my brows, and I just really like this product. The final brow product I want to talk about is the Pixie Brow Gel. This is what I use to set my brows, and I really like it. It is clear. Mine, as you can see as well, look, because all the writing's rubbed off and this is actually clear. I know it looks brown, but that's because I go in with it after the colour tint, which is why it looks a bit more brown. But it's just a really nice brush. It's a really nice size. It's good for like carrying around if you want to just top up throughout the day or something. I really like this for setting my brows. It doesn't leave them feeling crusty or dry or anything like that, but it does help fluff them up. And I feel like because the brush is a bit smaller, you can really get in there and really brush through your brows, which I really like. And yeah, it just keeps them in place all day. It doesn't give them a sheen or anything, or leave them feeling dry or crusty or anything like that. And I think it's just a really good brow gel that I would definitely recommend. So yes, definitely would recommend that. Moving on to face products, I'm going to talk about two bronzers. I'm talking about two. One is a cream bronzer and one is a powder bronzer, and I use both, to be honest. I really like a cream bronzer. So the cream bronzer that I love throughout 2020 is the Morphe Dimension Effect Contour Stick, and this is in the Effect 13. So basically this is just a contour stick. Again, it's retractable like that, and then it just looks like that. And then this is the colour it gives off, which is definitely more of a deeper bronze. They have a very good shade range with this, so if this is a bit too dark or a bit too light for you, then there's definitely other colours that would be really good. What I really like about contour sticks in particular for when doing cream bronzer is I just find that you can just paint them on your face, and then I'll just go in with a buffing brush and buff it into my skin, and I just find that it gives you the most precise application, so you can kind of draw where you want it on your face and then just buff it in. What I really like about this one is it's really creamy, so it's not difficult to blend at all. It's not like you have to, I think with some cream bronzers, sometimes if they dry really quickly, you have to work really quickly just to make sure that they don't start sticking to your skin or starting to look muddy on your face at all. And this definitely doesn't do that, but then it's also not so creamy that you can't control where you're blending. So obviously if you're like, I would draw like a line here, like on my cheek, and then I can make sure that it stays above that line because it won't like seep down, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I think it's really good. And I haven't used a lot of Morphe products. This is one of the only ones I've used, but I do really like this, and I do really recommend. The kind of bronzer I'm going to talk about is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. This is a classic bronzer. I'm sure everyone's heard of this. I just really like it. I think it's a really nice formula, and not only that, I think it's a really nice shade for my skin. Like I mentioned previously, I am quite pale, so some bronzers can just look a bit much on me, like something like MAC Give Me Some or something. Just looks too orangey or too tanned on me, whereas this is just a really nice bronzer. It blends in really nicely, it's really nice and buildable, it doesn't make me look muddy, and I think it's also quite soothing on the skin, which I really like. So it just makes my skin look really nice after application, and it just blends in really nicely to the face. I've definitely had powder bronzers in the past where I've put bronzer on my head and I found it very difficult to blend out, and I've kind of ended up with a blob on my forehead of bronzer, which is never a good look. So I just really like this product. The only thing I'm not so keen on is the packaging. I know their box blushes and bronzers are quite popular, but yeah, I just think it's a bit bulky, and it does come with like a little brush, but I never use that brush. I use a big fluffy brush, which I really like. They do now have other shades of this. I think they have Hula Caramel and Hula Toasted and Hula Light, I think, but I've never actually tried the other shades. Maybe I could try Hula Light. But yeah, I just really like it, and definitely if you haven't given it a go, I would definitely recommend. And it's just a really good standard bronzer that does what you want a bronzer to do. Okay, moving on to the last little section, I'm going to be talking you through my favourite lip products of 2020. So the lip liner that I've loved throughout the year was the Rimmel Addiction lip liner. It's in number 18. I love this lip liner. This is the perfect shade for me personally. It's very My Lips But Better sort of colour. It's not too peachy. I don't really like a peachy nude. Maybe if I could just swatch there for you. It's like that. It's kind of got a pinky nude undertone. I also really like it again because it's retractable, so you don't have to be looking for a sharpener to be sharpening it. And it's just really nice. It's a really nice texture. It's creamy enough to blend in because I don't like a really harsh lip liner. I kind of will draw this in around the edges of my lips and then I'll blend it in with my finger. And I just think it's a really nice colour. Again, because it's drugstore, it's affordable, so and I can go through lip liners quite quickly. So it's really good, and then you can get it in like Asda and places like that that sell Rimmel. So yeah, it's just a really good lip liner. It's from the same range as a lip liner that used to get talked a lot about on YouTube, which was East End Snob, which is a lot more pink. This is definitely more of a nude, and I just really like this lip liner and would definitely recommend. And then my lip product of choice, I kind of go through different things, but I feel like in 2020, because I wasn't going out a lot, I wasn't really going for a lipstick. I was going for something that would hydrate my lips because my lips can get very dry, and I almost like a tinted balm to my lips. So my favourite has been the Clarins Instant Light Natural Lip Perfector. This is in the shade 6, which is definitely my favourite colour. I've got it on today, let me just put... This again is a very nude colour, and it's just a nice gloss. It gives a nice tint colour to your lips, but it also makes them look more hydrated and healthy and juicy, which is just kind of the lip product that I want all the year round, you know, whether that's summer or winter. I just really like this product. They do other shades. 06 is definitely my favourite because I feel like it's the one that shows up more out of the shades that I have. It's also a really nice smell, and I really like the applicator. Actually, you just kind of twist it and then you squeeze it out of the tube. It does get a bit messy, as you can see, but I really like it, and it lasts for ages because you don't need a lot. It's really hydrating on the lips without being sticky or tacky, and you can't really feel it there, which I really like. And it fades nicely as well, so when it starts to fade from your lips, it still leaves a nice colour. It doesn't like start coming off in bits or balling up or anything like that. So yeah, I definitely recommend these if you haven't checked them out. The last product I'm going to talk about is kind of a hybrid between makeup and skincare, and it is a lip oil. I feel like lip oils, there was quite a few released in like 2019, 2020, and I've wanted to try one for ages, and a lot of them are from the more expensive brands. I don't know, maybe I will get around to trying one of those, but this is from I Heart Revolution, and this is the Tasty Peach lip oil. This, first of all, it's more than anything smells incredible. It smells like peach juice, which is just, I love the scent of peaches, and it's just really nice. It's really good like handbag size if you want to carry it around, and it's just really hydrating on the lips. It's also really nice. It hasn't got any colour to it, so you can use it on top of like a lip liner or like a lipstick if you want almost like a gloss look, but you want it to hydrate your lips, especially like at the moment in winter when it's freezing cold and your lips get more dry than anything else. It was quite cheap. I think it was under £5, and I think I got it off ASOS actually, if I remember rightly. I'm not sure if they do other like scents or flavours, but this peach one I really like, so I would definitely recommend that. Okay, so that is everything for my beauty and skincare favourites of 2020. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try to leave links in the description box if you guys want to check these out. If you've tried any of these products and you want to let me know down below what you really liked or maybe what you didn't like, or any recommendations that you may have for me based off these products, then please do let me know in the comments. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!